since 1957, when Russia launched its first rocket into orbit. A lot of countries have taken pursuit of that same adventure, with countries like US, China, and a whole lot more advanced countries launching rockets into outer space, which has led into a lot of notable individuals asking, where is Nigeria in the space and nuclear power age? And in today's video, we'll be talking about the Nigerian Space Research and Development Agency, which is the National Space Agency of Nigeria. It is a parastatal under the Federal Ministry of Innovation and Science and Technology in Nigeria. If you haven't gotten to know all of this, ensure to click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so whenever I drop a new video based on these topics, you'll be the first person to learn about the Nigerian space industry. The agency is based in the Nigerian capital city of Abuja in the Lugbe district and has a ground receiving station. Among various other sites, in the past, it has cooperated in space technology with the United Kingdom, China, Ukraine, and Russia. The agency has struggled with meeting its financial plans and some of its facilities are run down. Despite this, the space agency is one of the most advanced space agencies in Africa, boasting of 4 satellites and very grand missions. Nigerian satellites have been praised for their high-resolution images. NASDA is host to one of UN SPIDER's regional support offices in Africa. NASDA was established on the 5th of May in 1999 after a preparation period since in 1998 by Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo and the Nigerian government with the primary objective of establishing a fundamental policy for the development of space science and technology with an initial budget of $93 million. In May of 2006, the new extended National Space Program was adopted. NASDA has since launched 4 satellites of its own, the first one in 2003 and the last one in 2009. The initial scope of the Nigerian Space Program to be implemented by the National Space Research and Development Agency should include the study of basic space science in order to lay the foundation for deriving maximum benefits from the nation's participation in the space industry. For the attainment of space capabilities, Nigeria's efforts should focus on research and rigorous education, engineering, development, design and manufacture, particularly in the areas of instrumentation, rocketry, and small satellites, as well as in satellite data acquisition, processing, analysis, and management of latest software. The establishment of a National Earth Observation Station for remote sensing and satellite meteorology data acquisition. The provision of efficient, reliable, and adequate telecommunication services in Nigeria in order to enhance the growth of the industrial, commercial, and administrative sectors of the economy. The focus areas of the Nigerian Space Program include basic space science and technology to provide the understanding of how the universe works and what its impact is on the world. This will enable us to lay the foundation for deriving maximum benefits from the nation's participation in the space enterprise. Remote sensing to help Nigerians understand and manage our environment and natural resources using space-acquired information. This technology will enable us better understand our land, air, and water resources and the associated programs. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed and drop a like to this video. If you have a friend who is interested in the Nigerian space industry or rockets as a whole, share this video to them and encourage them to smash the subscribe button because on this channel, we talk about mostly tech innovations and all that relate to it. Satellite meteorology to study atmospheric and weather sciences using satellite data to facilitate the effective management of our environment. Communication of and information technology to provide reliable telecommunication systems. Defense and security to help the federal government shall develop a necessary space science technology and program that will address the national needs of Nigeria. For this purpose, the government shall establish a Defense Space Command in the Ministry of Defense. The command shall comprise representatives of the defense, intelligence and security, and law enforcement services, and reports through the law services of Nigeria. 5 satellites have been launched by the Nigerian government into outer space. Early plans to launch a national satellite in 2000 were not executed. The Nigerian South 1 was the first Nigerian satellite and built by a United Kingdom-based satellite telecommunication company, Saudi Space Technology Limited, under the Nigerian government sponsorship for $30 million. The satellite was launched by a Cosmos 3M rocket from Russian Plestech spaceport on the 27th of September 2003. Nigeria Sat-1 was part of the worldwide disaster monitoring constellation system. The primary objective of the Nigeria Sat-1 were to give early warning signs of environmental disaster, to help detect and control desertification in the northern part of Nigeria, to assist in demographic planning, to establish the relationship between vectors and the government and the environment, diagnose malaria and give early warning signals on future outbreaks of meningitis using remote sensing technology. Nigeria Sat-2 and Nigeria Sat-X, Nigeria's third and fourth satellites, were built as a high-resolution Earth satellite by SSTO for DMC system also. It has 2.5-meter resolution and panchromatic, 5-meter multispectral and 30-meter multispectral antennas. This satellite was launched into orbit by the Ukrainian Depna rocket from the Yasny military base in Russia on the 17th of August of 2011. 9Com Sat-1, a Nigerian satellite ordered and built in China in 2004, was Nigeria's second satellite and Africa's first communication satellite. It was launched on the 13th of May 2007 aboard a Chinese Long March 3B carrier rocket from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in China. The spacecraft was operated by 9Com Sat, a company under the Nigerian Space Agency. On the 11th of November 2008, 9Com Sat-1 failed in orbit after running out of power due to an anomaly in its solar array. On the 24th of March 2009, the Nigerian Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, 9Com Sat-1 Limited, and CGWIC signed a further contract for the in-orbit delivery of the 9Com 1R satellite. 9Com Sat-1R was a DFH-4 satellite and is expected to be delivered in the fourth quarter of the 2011 as a replacement for the failed 9Com Sat-1. On the 19th of December 2011, a new Nigerian communication satellite was launched into orbit by China in Xichang. The satellite, according to Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, which was paid for by the insurance policy on 9Com Sat-1, which deorbited in 2009, would have a positive impact on national development in various sectors such as communications, internet services, health, agriculture, development, and national security. The 9Com Sat-1 communication satellite provided rural internet access, launched in 2007 aboard a Chinese Long March 3B carrier rocket. In case you are still watching at this point, please click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon, so whenever I drop a new video just like the one you are watching, you'll be the first to learn. Share the video with your friends also who need to learn more about the Nigerian space industry. EduSat-2 is a satellite planned to be launched in or July of 2021. It plans to be the first indigenous satellite developed by NASA engineers. It hopes to be launched from the International Space Station. It is expected to cost about 20 million naira. Domestic satellite development by Robert Ajayi-Office announced at a public lecture on space technology and development that Nigeria will be able to build indigenous satellites in the country without foreign assistance by 2018. Robert Ajayi-Office told the press that Nigeria will take advantage of its geographic location to launch into near equatorial orbit by an indigenous developed space launcher from a national spaceport to be built around 2025 to 2028. A probe to the moon is expected and planned for launch in 2030. The first Nigerian astronaut is currently expected to launch aboard a foreign spacecraft during somewhere between 2015 and 2030. National negotiations with Russia were held in the 2000s on possibly using Russian rockets to launch the astronaut. However, Nigeria has now shifted to China, being the most likely country to ever launch Nigerian astronauts. Nigeria plans to train astronauts by 2015 and launch them into orbit by 2030. However, till date, none of these projects have commenced. When it was announced by the former Federal Minister of Innovation Science and Technology, Onu, in 2016 that Nigeria was going to send an astronaut in 2030. It was met with criticism. Additionally, a scam email circulated of a Nigerian astronaut lost in space, but many space experts do not think it was what Nigeria needs. In an interview with CNN's Eleni Giokos, the former director said, "We are not part of the race for the moon. We are not part of the race for the stars." If you are still watching to this point, make sure you click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so whenever I drop a new video, you'll be the first person to learn.